What's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Samuel Suse. I'd like to share something with you guys. I hope you're going to enjoy my views pertaining the Russia-Ukraine war. This war has taken long now. The reason behind this conflict is the Western powers trying to push more resources into Ukraine, equipping Ukrainians with weapons to fight back against the Russians. That has caused insurgency, of which it has prolonged the conflict, and hence many people and many lives are going to be lost because of the idea of supplying weapons to Ukraine. Supplying weapons does not make Ukraine succeed in winning the conflict. Instead, it is just going to make Russia more aggressive and ruin the Ukrainians and destroy the infrastructure of Ukraine. And that is going to cause a devastating result on the Ukrainian side. Of course, we're not saying the Russians are not taking losses. Both countries are taking losses. But yet, Ukraine is taking quite devastating losses, unlike Russia. Because the idea of military complex of the West is not a good aspect of ending wars or conflicts. The best they would have done, they would have tabled the issue and asked both parties to agree and come out of this conflict clean. But the reason why this conflict has continued to exist is because the West have got certain interest of wanting to dominate the globe, of wanting to show a force around the globe. They want to prove to the world that they are the most powerful, of which not everyone will agree with that. Of course, Russia cannot admit that the West are powerful. They know for sure that they also have the capability to ruin the world. And the West, they also know that they also have the capability to ruin the world if they are to use their nukes. And nobody will come out as a winner in this conflict. So the best is to ask Ukraine and Russians to table down their issue and settle their dispute. Supplying weapons to Ukraine, it is just going to cause more severe death, of which it would have been prevented by not supplying weapons to Ukraine. So that is being heartless. If the West continues to supply weapons, it means they're heartless. They're not caring about the lives of the Ukrainians. If they cared about the lives of Ukrainians, they would have helped these guys to table their issue, agree on what is best to end the conflict. Unlike persuading Ukraine to fight back. This will not solve anything. It will just cause more death. Moreover, Russia is a powerful country, and that we must respect. No matter the weapon the West will supply, Russia has also alternatives weapons that they may use against such weapons. That's what we should bear in mind. So, supplying Ukraine with weapons doesn't mean that they are going to help Ukraine to have the capacity to win the conflict. That will never happen. That's nearly impossible. So let's not prolong the conflict. Please let them settle this dispute urgently. That's the best thing they can do for Ukrainians. We care about the lives of the people that are being lost in the war. We care about the lives of the civilians in Ukraine. We care about everything that is happening in Ukraine. We also care about these misunderstandings that exist in between the two countries. And this has been a result of a national push eastwards. The agreement was there. since the 90s. It has been there. When NATO agreed and promised Russia that they're not going to expand eastwards. And what did they do? They have continued to expand eastwards, which has provoked Russia into taking drastic actions against this conflict. Because Ukraine had wanted to sideline with the West, of which has provoked Russia, the bear, to act. And the West themselves, their homes, their environment are safe. Yet the Ukrainians are the ones who are dying at the expense of politicians. When we are doing certain things, we should be considering the poor, because the poor are the ones who are hit most by certain actions. Even if they are to sanction, even when they sanctioned Russia, people are affected the most are the poor. The rich don't feel anything. So it's as good as you want to punish the people of that particular country, not the leaders themselves. So it doesn't make sense for me. You think that they are going to pressurize the leaders to come out of power by punishing the innocent poor citizens? It doesn't make sense. That's being heartless. We should care about the well-being of other people in the world. We are busy running up projects to say we want to eliminate poverty in the world. Poverty reduction program will never become a success for as long as other powers continue to bring ideas of sanctions. These sanctions are the ones that cripple economies and cause a good number of people to start suffering as a result of these sanctions. And people in poverty increase in numbers. And then how would you cut off poverty in the world if you are to continue this aggressive behavior? Look at the prices of fuel this time. The prices of fuels have hiked because of this conflict. The West planning to cut gas supplies of Russia. Look at how much the prices of the prices for oil has risen. It's because of this mentality of wanting to dominate, which is nearly impossible. It can never happen in this planet. It can never happen, and it's impossible. We should come to reality, come to accept the reality the way it is. Let's harmonize things. Let not the Americans continue to provoke Russia. Because the Ukrainians are the ones who are feeling the pressure. That the people are suffering. That the people are having losses or facing losses. However, even the Americans, they're also being challenged in the conflict as a result of this supply chain. These billions are busy printing out. They're just causing a high inflation rate in America. And it's the taxpayers that are feeling the impact. Yet the politicians, they're busy enjoying and making it a drama. And you're thinking that everything is okay. Look at how much debt America has. It's the highly indebted country in the world so far. If you have to check the records, it's because of this kind of mentality they have. It doesn't make sense. If dollar is to be removed as a global currency, America will start feeling the impact. The idea of prestige of printing money anyhow will come to an end. So the best they could do is just to keep the entire globe working together and like creating military alliances. These military alliances that have been formulated, they are there to destabilize the world. They are not there to create peace or to promote peace and democracy. They can never do that because they are there to create conflict or wars. They have to poke someone for them to realize their importance, because they can never be something that does not work. You can never create something which exists and never make use of it. It doesn't make sense. That's why they're busy making these alliances. They want to make sure that they work, which is a drama. And that must change. So if they would just focus on the United Nations, everything would improve. Every country, even Africa, we need a representative at the United Nations. It should not be only the European countries, the Asian countries, and the Western countries that are going, or American countries that are supposed to be part of the United Nations. We also need permanent seat in the United Nations as Africans. It's very important. We are part of this globe, and it's a high time we have to be recognized as well. It's very, very important. Consider those facts as a necessity. Thank you for watching. Welcome to me. What do you think about this video, guys? Comment, like, and subscribe. I would appreciate, guys, to hear more of your comments. I was just trying to adapt something online so that you can go through and share with others, comment on the ideas, and what do you think about what's there. Thank you for watching.